Hey, how's it going, guys? Daniel here with Aria Film Solutions. If you're watching this video, it means one out of two things. Either you just bought a brand new vehicle and you're interested in getting some paint protection film, or you bought a vehicle that's brand new to you and you want to protect this car because you're going to own it for a super long time, maybe resell it in a couple of years, but you want to enjoy and drive the car, maybe take it to the track, or maybe just drive it to work and back, and you don't want to get any sort of paint damage on your paint. Of course, we are here to help you. Here at Aria Film Solutions, we specialize in applying paint protection film to front ends, to full vehicles, from Toyotas to Ferraris. We offer UltraFits XB Crystal Clear PPF, which is going to protect all paint surfaces of your vehicle, from front bumper, hood, fenders, side view mirrors, gloss black trim. It's going to protect everything that's on your car that has a gloss surface. We currently have a couple of projects in the back that we're working on currently, so we're going to go ahead and show you guys what our work looks like, what the environment looks like, because when it comes down to getting a quote for paint protection film, it's not just about price, it's also about installation and quality of material. And of course, the biggest one, which is the shop environment, is also very important, because that's going to determine how good that paint protection film is going to be applied to your car and how good it's going to look over the next 10 years. UltraFit paint protection film is 8 mils thick, and it comes with a 10-year protective warranty against any sort of delamination, manufacturer defects on the film. Here at Aria Film Solutions, we cover any of the installation warranties, which means if you get peel back on a mirror, on a door handle, on a bumper, a hood, something fails to stick, we'll be able to help you guys fix that issue. So now let's go ahead and show you guys a shop. I want to show you guys the environment your car's going to get worked on, and if you like it, hopefully you're going to book. Let's go ahead and walk this way. So if you guys ever come here, you're going to see these double doors. That's going to lead you into our workspace. Of course, we always have to have these double doors closed because we don't want any of the dust from the outdoors to come in and contaminate our work area. So if you walk in and you don't see anybody in the lobby, just give us a little knock, or we'll see you immediately and we'll come out here and greet you. So let's go over here. Now, as you guys can see, we currently have a car that we're working on. This customer got into a little bit of a small scuffle, and so we're removing and replacing this film. Of course, the matte option PPF for the gloss black cars is a very popular option, and this thing looks super clean. We did it roughly about 2 years ago when we first opened, and it still looks great to this day. So that's just what a quality installation should last you a very long time. You know, the materials are meant to last up to 10 years. You need to make sure that wherever you're getting that film installed, it's going to last you those 10 years because it's a pretty big investment. This is going to be a 2026 Cadillac CT5 Blackwing. Of course, when it comes to installing paint protection film, there's a couple of things you got to get taken care of. Number one, we got to wash the car. Number two, we got to clay bar the car. Number three, we got to polish the car to remove any of the scratches caused by that clay barring process. Of course, if you don't do any of those, it's going to be a pretty bad install because there's a lot of contaminants on the paint. Even if the vehicle is brand new, there's going to be something stuck on that paint. And if we just put PPF right over that, it's not going to look the prettiest and it's not going to stick in the best way possible. One thing to look out for, if you are buying a new car, do not get any coatings installed at the dealership. It is a big no-no. It's going to be a waste of money, especially if you're doing paint protection film on your car. This customer had a ceramic coating applied at the dealership. Of course, when it comes to getting the paint protection film, we have to remove all of it, or else the PPF is not going to stick how it's supposed to, and we can't warranty an installation with a product that is pre-installed in the car. And it also just, you know, it's a hassle for us to work around, because when we're installing the film, we need the film to stretch, we need the film to stick. And if it has a coating on from a dealership, Mercedes, those cause a very big problem when it comes to actually applying the film on the car. It's not going to let it stick, or if it does stick, it's not going to last that long before it starts to fail. So when it comes to installing PPF on a car, there's a lot of things we got to do. Number one, besides the prep process, we have to do a lot of disassembly, and that disassembly isn't for most vehicles, but generally what we like to do is remove door handles, remove window trim, maybe pop off the mirrors if that is going to make it easier for us to remove these trims. There's certain trims that we don't have to remove. You know, like down here, we don't have to necessarily take that off if we're doing paint protection film. If we're doing a vinyl wrap, maybe we have to remove it. But generally for paint protection film, we don't have to do much removal besides the things that we don't like. So I personally never let a vehicle leave the shop with seams around the door handles unless it's it's absolutely impossible to remove the door handles, which is never really the case. So door handles have to come off in order to apply this sheet of film on this door without any physical seams. Of course, we're very highly skilled technicians and we know how to cut around these areas. And we also know how to avoid cutting on your paint. So that's something you have to look out for when it comes to getting pricing for paint protection film. What is that shop doing? How are they doing it? What is their lighting environment? You know, do they know how to cut on cars without messing up the paint? Do they only use a plotter to apply PPF from plotter? You know, these are all things that you gotta look into when it comes to getting that paint protection film quote. Is the shop that you're going for doing these kinds of things? Another thing, when it comes to certain pieces of the car that can't come off the car. For a good example, you know, we got this wing that's, you know, it's roughly around $2,000 for this wing, I believe. It's from the factory. You know, sometimes we can't take these things off. Now, this wing is not only bolted, but it's also double-side taped on the car. When it comes to removing it, if we have to remove things like this and re-tape them up, you know, sometimes it's not OEM grade. So there's certain things that we might not remove off the car, but we can work around in order to give you a high quality installation. This customer did not want to remove this wing off the car because he doesn't want it flying off or anything like that. We also didn't want to risk damaging anything. Of course, this is a brand new vehicle. We don't want to risk, you know, damaging a customer's brand new car. So we're going to be working around this. Of course, this is why we have the effective equipment in order to work around these areas. So now we're gonna go ahead and take you over to the other vehicle that we're working on. Again, not all vehicles are made the same. Some vehicles do need a lot of disassembly. This right here is a vehicle that doesn't require much disassembly, but it's one of the most popular vehicles in the Bay Area when it comes to daily drivers. All right, so now we have Brian, one of our installers here at the shop. He's laying down some film on the car, but this is a great opportunity for us to show you what our installations look like. So this vehicle, again, is receiving full body paint protection film, one of the most popular services in the shop when it comes to films. So this one, we didn't have to do too much disassembly, but we had to do just the right amount of disassembly in order to provide a high quality install. So for the hood, these cars don't come with emblems anymore, so it makes it super easy for us to install the film and wrap it all around the edges. If we look right over here, we can see that this material is actually gonna wrap all the way over and under so that there's no lifting or peeling over time. Of course, we're not done with it yet, so we're not gonna go ahead and touch it. When it comes to stuff like fenders, you know, what you guys probably see with most shops is a lot of places will take the headlights out. It's not necessary for most vehicles, but we have just the right amount of film that's gonna go ahead and wrap over these edges and tuck to prevent those dirt lines from building up over time. Now, we got Brian over here working on one of the doors. And if you guys can see, we did something similar on this car, which we did on the Cadillac, which is, of course, for this car, we don't have to remove the side view mirrors, but it is important for us to remove the window trim because that's gonna prevent any of the dirt hiding in that trim from coming down and contaminating the door panel. Of course, we don't have to remove these door handles because we have enough space around it to wrap the material over and in, hiding that line. When it comes to the installations, most of the times we are gonna be wrapping all the edges, but if you are a customer that wants to get those door edges installed after we're done with the full body PPF, please let us know. For the side view mirrors, for stuff like this, we have to understand how to properly install the material, how to properly stretch it. Most shops are gonna do bulk installations for these mirrors, which can cause some overstretch, which means that film's gonna get stretched out like a rubber band, and when something hits it, it's gonna snap and break. We know how to understand how much of that stretch to apply in order for these mirrors to last you super, super long time. So now we're gonna come right over here. We see that, you know, when it comes to the cutting patterns, we deleted this door handle so we don't have to worry about lining up the material all around these edges. We're able to cut it by hand and wrap that edge all the way around. And it's also very, very important, whichever shop you're going to, you need to understand how they're installing these films on your car, because of course, it's gonna lead to how good the installation is gonna be. Right over here, we have one of the hardest pieces on this car to do, which is of course the rear spoiler. Now, from the cutting program, it recommends that we stretch the film from here to here and leave a small little line right here. Of course, if you want a high quality installation, your installer needs to know how to install this film in one piece without compromising the film's integrity, which is something we're about to do. So if you guys are interested in getting some paint protection film in your car, I hope this video has been able to show you guys what our shop looks like. Of course, We got the lights. These lights help us ensure that we're not leaving any contamination underneath the film when we're installing the film. And of course, it's gonna give us the best possible product that we can put on your vehicle for a paint protection film installation. So if you guys are interested, give us a call. Again, we sent you this video so you guys can see what our shop looks like before you come in. Hopefully we're able to gain your business, and we'll see you guys here in Walnut Creek, California.